Hey folks, welcome back. I hope you guys checked out our last video about the top 5 mistakes of running. But today we're going to check out the top 5 mistakes of doing push-ups. Alright, so let's get there and check out which are the most common mistakes that we guys do while doing push-ups. Well, definitely I hope at least 90% of the people in the entire world would have definitely tried doing push-ups at some part of your life. Whether you were young as a kid playing in the park, or you're hitting the gym, or you're someone who's doing regular fitness, or if you're an athlete or a sports person, or even if you're just a common person who's doing, lazing around, you must have definitely tried doing push-ups a little bit here and there. Alright, here are the most common mistakes that we guys do while doing push-ups. Alright, let's get to see the first common mistake that we guys do is not keeping your palms firm on the floor. Alright, it is very important that you guys spread out your fingers and keep the palms firm on the floor. Alright, let me tell you why you need to do that. Okay, when you press your palms firmly on the floor, the weight of your shoulder, your body is evenly distributed to your entire palms. Alright, otherwise what we do is we normally crunch our fingers, we kind of slightly curve our fingers, and it is very bad for your wrist. Alright, it is very bad for your wrist. It also creeps up to your elbow as well. So you need to be very careful when you're doing push-ups. You need to keep your palms spread out firm on the ground. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed to the entire palms and the fingers are spread out completely. You need to extend the fingers. Each finger has to be extended completely so that there is more support when you're doing push-ups. Alright, the more you spread out, the better the support that you get. I have received a lot of complaints from women, ladies, when they do my class. Okay, they say their wrist is hurting, and when I inquire about it, they definitely say they have done push-ups, and that's what they do. They try to crunch their fingers, they try to lift their knuckles up, and there is no even distribution of weight onto the palms. So this definitely hurts your wrist. And once it starts hurting your wrist and you keep regularly doing this mistake, it also creeps up to your elbows as well. So you need to be very careful when you're doing push-up. Especially for the people who go to the gym regularly and do push-ups, you need to be really aware of this. Alright, otherwise you might hurt your wrist. It can really cause a deep injury to your wrist as well, and it may put you off from the gym for a while. So you need to be really careful when you're doing push-ups. Please spread your fingers out completely. Each finger has to be spread out to the maximum. Press the entire palm onto the floor. Okay, when you press the entire palm onto the floor, as I told you, there is even distribution of weight, and it is very easy, and you don't even waste a lot of energy. Yeah, when you crunch your fingers, you waste a lot of energy. Okay, so when you spread out your fingers, more energy is created and you can do a lot more, and it becomes more effective for you when you do a push-up. And the next most common mistake that most of us, almost 70% of the people in the world do is they don't keep their hand, shoulder and the elbow aligned properly. The hand and shoulder alignment with the elbow is very necessary and important. Okay, when you keep your elbow and the shoulder out of alignment from your hand, it is gonna take a real toll on your wrist, on your elbow, on your shoulder, on your neck as well, and also your lower back. Alright, so you need to align your hands with the shoulder properly. Alright, whenever you do push-ups, there are different varieties of push-ups. Each push-up needs a proper alignment. Alright, so let's say the common push-up that we guys do is we keep our hands straight like this. Okay, when you keep your hands straight like this, you need to align your palms, your wrist, along with the elbow and the shoulder in a straight line. That means in a 180-degree line. Alright, it has to be aligned properly, and you need to bend your elbows properly as well. So what do most of us do is when we bend our elbows, our elbow tends to go backwards. Okay, you should not push your elbow backwards, but you need to push your chest slightly forward and go down. That means your wrist and the elbow should be in a straight line, and your elbow and your shoulder should be in a straight line. Alright, so the most common mistake that we do is we try to push the elbow outwards. Okay, when we try to push it outwards and then try to push up like this. So that's a very wrong way to do it, because when you do that, again, it hurts your elbow, hurts your wrist as well. And when you go that way, your palms are also off balance. Okay, so it is very important, you need to align that. And most of us also try the wider push-ups. Even when you're doing the wider push-ups, make sure once again your palms should be aligned with the wrist should be aligned with the elbow should be aligned with your shoulder. All these things has to be in a straight line. Okay, so when they are in a straight line, it is much easier that you save a lot of energy, you don't exert yourself, you also avoid injuries. So it is very important, the alignment has to be properly done. All right, and that's the third most common mistake that we guys do is, when we are doing push-ups, we try to, if you're right-handed, you use a lot of pressure on your right hand, and if you're left-handed, we give a lot of pressure on the left hand. So that means when you're doing push-ups, you try to tilt yourself here and there. Even a degree of tilting is very gonna affect you in the longer term. Okay, so you need to be giving equal pressure on both hands and shoulders as well. So when you do a push-ups, go down equally without tilting the shoulder, and come up on with equal pressure while coming up. Okay, so mostly if we are right-handed, what we do is, when you go down easily, but when you're coming up, we give a lot of pressure from the right hand and lift up with your right hand. But if you're left-handed, we do the same thing on the left hand as well. Okay, what happens when you do like this is, it hurts your clavicle bone. And if we keep practicing this way continuously, what happens is the clavicle bone might start dislocating itself. Okay, if it starts dislocating, a lot of pain happens in the neck here especially. Okay, I hope some of you must have definitely faced it when you're doing push-ups regularly on a daily basis, and I guess most of us would have experienced this pain in the clavicle bone. That is because we have been giving pressure either on one side of the hand. Okay, you need to give pressure on both the hands equally. So it is very important, you need to give equal pressure on both the hands, so that you avoid yourself from dislocating your clavicle bone. And the fourth most common mistake that we guys do is dropping our hips down. All right, just like in the picture I have shown you, what we do is, while doing push-ups, we drop our hip down. Dropping your hip down is unnecessary. Okay, and it is very bad for your lower back. You should not or never drop your hip down while you're doing a push-ups. Whether you're doing a push-up that is close to your chest, or a wider push-up, or maybe on your fingers. Some of us try push-ups on fingers or knuckles. Whatever variety of push-up you're doing, it is not necessary to drop your hip down, and you shall not drop your hip down. When you drop your hip down, what happens is, you give a lot of pressure on the lower back. Okay, you give a lot of pressure on the lower back. When you do that, you hurt your lower back. All right, please do not drop your hip. Engage your core, pull your abdomen inwards, and then try doing push-ups with going down with your chest like a plank. Okay, that means your shoulder, your lower back, your hip, your knees, everything should be in a straight line. And just like a plank, you need to, if you're like this, let's say this is how you are while doing push-ups. Okay, you need to go down, come up. You need to go down, come up. You cannot drop your hip like this. Okay, what we do is, some of us drop our hip like this and then go down and come up. Okay, you shall not do that. All right, so please make sure you need to keep your hip also in alignment when you're doing push-ups. And the last and the fifth most common mistake that most of us do is not stretching your shoulders, triceps, arms after you finish your push-up training. It is very important that you have to stretch after your push-up training as well. All right, so what happens if you don't stretch your shoulders or the arms or the triceps or even the biceps is, they get more stiffer. Okay, they become more and more tight, they become more stiffer, and it becomes unable to lift your shoulders up or even, go back, reach back as well. So you need to keep stretching every time after you finish your push-up training. Okay, it is very important, you need to stretch your tricep muscle, biceps, your arms, your shoulder especially. All right, there are a lot of stretching exercises that you need to practice after finishing your push-up training. Flexibility is very important to keep your muscles healthy. Okay, the more stiffer your muscles get, you might tend to get muscle cramps and muscle pulls. Sometimes if you even tend to fall, or if you tend to enjoy yourself in some or other way, what happens is when your muscles are too stiff, you might tend to tear your muscles as well. So please make sure flexibility is very important to maintain a healthy muscle, a healthy body. So these are the top 5 most common mistakes that we guys do while doing push-ups. I hope you guys got it. Alright, please do keep learning and keep inspiring, and please check out our other videos on fitness training, on dieting, on running, and on sleeping as well. Alright, so let me see you guys on my next video. Until then, take care. This is Anchor Satish signing off, and do not forget to subscribe and click the bell icon for notifications, and please do keep sharing if you found this information very useful. If you have any of your friends who's a fitness freak and you think they might be doing it wrong, please share this video and let them know that they need to correct themselves, and let's have a healthy life. Alright, thank you so much. Keep inspiring. See you guys. There might be a lot of dancers, athletes, sports persons, especially these guys. And if you're a gymaholic, or maybe you're practicing yoga or Pilates, it doesn't matter, but these are the most common mistakes that we all do during our practice sessions. So welcome to the top 5 mistakes of fitness training. So the first common mistake that we all do during fitness training is, and let's get to see the 5 most common mistakes that most of us do while sleeping. And the first common mistake that we guys do while sleeping is